Sorry I had to start my live early. We'll start with the song, see if anybody comes in. Deb, my heart goes out to you, darling. It really does. Here we go. Maybe. Maybe if I share it. We're going to be talking about Tim Mullins to let anybody who really cares know. I don't think people like me. What is up with people not liking me? I don't know. May. Here we go. Let's start with the song. Hey, grieving mother. How are you? Okay, here we go. Just starting out with a little tune. All right, I can always edit it out. See, nobody likes my singing. I start singing and they're like, we're not coming in there, remain calm. We don't like your singing. And I'm like, guess what? You don't pay my bills, bitches. I know, I scared everybody away, didn't I? All right, I'm not going to be singing no more throughout this live. But it is time to start talking about Tim Mullins. Because that guy is just freaking weird. He's a weirdo. So what we're going to do here, ladies and gentlemen, even though we don't have no gentlemen in here right now, what we are going to do is we are going to go to Tim Mullins' YouTube page. Now, I'm not going to show it to you, but we are going to listen to it. Please feel free to leave a comment about it. Let's have a discussion about this guy, okay? So, I didn't dig up a bunch of stuff on Tim Mullins. I don't have to. I remember things. Now, I think what a lot of people need to realize is Tim Mullins inserted himself within a day of Summer going missing, right? Oh, thanks, grieving mother. I love to sing. Hey, I don't care if people can't sing or not. Music does things to people. Okay, so anywho. Oh, I did hear something funny. So I guess there's a person going around trying to say that Mama Bear is related to Candace. Is that what you said, Mama Bear? Related to Candace? Oh, okay. So they're trying to say that Mama Bear knew Candace Wells in Arkansas. And that she was kin to them and she lived near the hill. Well, let me tell you guys something. These little scallywags who are running around talking shit, okay, and saying stuff about other people that aren't true, maybe you should check into them and who they're related to on the hill. Jody Sue said it many times over here. She said some names. I'm telling y'all, these people say shit, so people will not look into them or talk about them and the relationships that they have with individuals from the Beach Creek area. Very interesting. Because if you remember, Jody was like, hey, there's this chick. Her name is Amy. Guess what her last name is? Jody said it, allegedly. She was doing the math. And she did an interview and she was like, they did this to their child or what the fuck ever. Okay? Why don't you look into that, Mama? I'm giving you a hint there, lady. I am giving you a hint. Look into that name. I'm just saying. What is wrong with you people? Just because people talk to Candace Wells does not mean they're related. For fuck's sake. Okay, moving on. All right, let's get into Tim Mullins. Creepy Tim Mullins. Now, look, there were many YouTubers who reached out to Tim Mullins. Nana's Angels, Cher, the Benny Keys man. I think Tiffany Marie may have talked to him. But let me say this. Tim Mullins only makes sense to Tim Mullins. Oh, and Don Wells, because they're best friends, right? Well, I know, May. Super sensible. I get it. People are really tired of it. But I just don't understand why. It's hard for me to say things sometimes. Even though I can't keep my mouth shut, it's hard for me to say things sometimes. And we've had all of these individuals who inserted themselves into Summer's case. And, of course, we all want to truly believe that these people did this out of the kindness of their hearts because they cared where Summer was or what happened to her. Okay? But it kind of came out that some people have their own reasons for stuff that they say and do. There is something really interesting that I want you guys to hear, though. Damn, what the fuck did I do with it? If you go back, and I'll play it for you guys. If you go back and you listen to Hunter's interview with Chris McDonough, let me see if I have it. Hopefully I kept it. The way that he says it was like Candace didn't have Summer the whole day, is the way he made it sound. Let me find it here for you guys, okay? Let me find where it says it. All right, I'll back it up a little bit. I want to make sure you guys hear it. Okay, he's describing. We'll go from this part forward. Okay, we'll go from this part forward. Sarah. I love Fleetwood Mac. Okay, this is from a channel called The Fear of God. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. The Fear of God. That is the link to that channel. Okay, I want you guys to hear this.
About that day. The whole day? Yeah. So, if you could speak up, because remember I'm deaf? Yeah. Because why am I deaf? I have no idea. Because I'm old, remember? I'm used to this as
I would say because you only want to hear what you want to hear, Chris McDonough. Well, I'm getting ready to play what you were looking for, Super Sensible. I am going to show you where you got that about him showing up after law enforcement was gone.
Reference. Okay. And why is that? It's a phone. No. Okay, go. I was going to say that she texted me saying that her grandma was in the hospital.
She texted Hunter.
Do you have that as text? No, the TBI has my phone. Got it. I'm just using her dad's phone. Okay. Well, your grandfather that passed away. Okay, got it. So that day that she texted me, and she said, my grandma's in the hospital. Well, her mom's in the hospital, but we called her grandma at the time like we used to. So I called her up. I said, y'all want to come over here for a bit? Because
that says right there, he called her. There was a conversation besides the text messaging right there. That's what it tells you, right? She texted him. He's called her up. What's that tell us? Again, class, what does it tell us?
she's going to be in the hospital for a while because she messed up her knee or whatever. And she said, yeah, that's okay with Allison. And that's mom? Yeah, that's mom. Okay. And so she called her Allison? Yeah, she calls her Allison. Okay. And so next thing you know, I tap mom because, she's half asleep because she works at the time she did. What's that thing? Oh, I asked her if they could come over. She said, yeah, for a little bit because grandma was on her way. She was on the way. And so,
but why would Allison let Candace come over to that house? They hadn't been friends for a long time because they got in a falling out over Jose, right? So on this day, after allegedly not seeing them for a long time, that magical day, they had a kumbaya moment, right?
She said it was okay, and she said she'll be over in like 5-10 minutes. Now I'm telling you, I don't do good with.
And this is the thing. There ain't nobody gonna sit and tell me that Candace and Allie didn't want to be around each other. Hunter talks about Candace going in the house. These are two people that had a falling out. They're fighting with each other. They hadn't communicated allegedly in months, right? If you remember right, Allie, ring, 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 called the police 911 to say, oh my gosh, she's got a weapon. She said she would use it on me. I want my children off the hill. Right? I mean, okay. May said friends do that, but think about this, May. After it happened, after Summer went missing, right? This was more than an argument, May. It was more than just a little argument.
Times because I really don't look at the clock. So if I mess up
He don't look at the clock either. Does everybody from Tennessee not look at the clock? Hey, Deb.
Times that's on me. I'm really bad with doing times. You're 15. Yeah. And so she pulls up. She gets out the car with Summer, and
she calls up. Maybe he mean pulls up and gets out of the car with Summer.
And supposedly the kids went to work with the father.
Supposedly the kids went to work with their father. I think my question would have been, what led you to believe that the kids were at work with Dawn? Who told you that?
And so now you say the kids. Who were the kids? Wyatt and Josie. So the boys. Yeah, the boys. They went to work with Dawn. That's what I was told. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
That's what he was told.
I meet her, I dap everybody up.
So, were you told that when you were having the audio conversation with Candace, right? We seen the text. There was a verbal conversation. From what he's telling us, he said, I called her. That's what he said, right?
So I dap her up. I said, how you doing? Because it's been a long time since I've heard from her. Okay. I hear from her like once in a while on Snapchat.
It had been a long time since he had heard from her. He talked to her. He'd heard from her on Snapchat.
Okay. I did until I blocked her because all this stuff that's going on.
He did until he blocked her because of all the stuff going on.
Tell me what it means when you say you tapped them up. What is, so people that so people that don't know that, like a handshake. Okay, so show me. So this is just like what's up, dog?
Tapped it up as a handshake, you guys. I know some of us older people, we were like, is he saying he tapped that? You see what I'm saying? I understand how that could have been mistaken by some of the older individuals as him saying, I tapped that. All right? So the younger generation says they tap it as in doing a fist bump or a handshake. See? We learn something new over here every day. Use your chopsticks. I don't think that Chris McDonough gave him time to say the other boy's name. Because, see, I thought that at first, too. I was like, why did he only say two of the boys' names? But then when I listened to it a couple times, Chris McDonough kind of cut him off and said the boys, right? Mr. Private Investigator, retired cop, cold case detective.
Well, one of those, right? Yeah. I get it. Okay, go ahead. See, I knew that. But people don't know that. Right. So let's make that clear. So somebody can't say, oh, look what he did. Okay. Then so she pulls up there in front of that mailbox. Okay. And so I dap her up like usual. She comes in. We're all set.
Oh, dab her up. Well, see, dab means something different, too. He dabbed her up. Now, in old people terms, a dab usually has to do with marijuana. That's what I always heard, though. I don't know. But anywho, he dabbed her up.
And I asked her what happened to her grandma because she wouldn't tell me over the phone. She said that she hurt her knee because of kids. Where did she say she went?
I never heard that she went into Allie's room. All I heard was she went into the bathroom and allegedly took Summer in there and changed her into a bathing suit. I mean, he even describes what the shorts and the shirt look like.
On vacation for it. Gatlinburg. She said she went to Gatlinburg for a little vacation with the kids, and the kids kept kicking her leg. And she has supposedly a plastic knee or something like that. And so they took her to the hospital. We came in here for... You know what hospital?
Now, these people, this is what gets me. I understand Hunter's very young at this time. But he's talking about things that he's acting like he really didn't know anything about. News to me, I guess she had a plastic knee, right? It's like if you were living out there at 110 Ben Hill Road and was there often, I believe you would know that grandma had a knee, fake knee, right? Knee replacement. Hey, Twister.
Do you know? Not mom. Do you know? It's the one downtown. Okay. I don't know what it's called, but it's the one downtown. Okay, mom. Do you know the name of it? Holston Valley. Christian Valley. Holston Valley. Holston Valley. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So she's here. Grandma's at the hospital, and who's with her that day? Just Summer. Just Summer. Okay. Not the entire day until we pick up.
Did you hear that? Who was with her? This is really important, you guys. I want you to hear this. And I love that this channel highlighted this.
The name of it? Holston Valley. Christian Valley? Holston Valley. Holston Valley. Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay, so she's here. Grandma's at the hospital. And who's with her that day? Just Summer. Just Summer. Okay.
Who's with her that day? Just Summer.
The entire day until we pick up the grandma. Okay.
Not the entire day until we picked up the grandma. Now, I played it a couple times, so I'm giving you the context there. Right? Marlena, what, Twister? Marlena, what? Some people tried to say it was Marlena in the car that took the video of Summer on the milk jugs. Is that what you're saying? Marlena, what? Marlena had Summer until they went to pick up Grandma? I heard someone else say that they did a lot of things with Candace and would go places with Grandma and Candace. I think the last live I did where I talked about Summer, I had an individual, I showed you guys an individual that stated, yes, on the milk. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know. They said it was Grandma. I don't know.
What time do you remember? I know you're not good at times. Guesstimate. I guesstimate time that we picked up the grandmother? No. The time she pulls up that morning. Had to have been like around 11, right? Okay.
Okay. He says around 11. I guess they recalculated that till 10:30. See, this is what I'm telling you guys too. If you go back and you listen to anybody talking about any part of the timeline, they're giving themselves up to an hour or more time difference. I'm serious. An hour or more time difference.
Then so she pulls up there in front of that mailbox. Okay. And so I dap her up like usual. She comes in. We're all sitting down. I ask her what happened to her grandma because she wouldn't tell me over the phone.
We're all sitting down. I thought Allie was in bed. Who else was there then? I thought Allie was in bed. Right? And you know what? I really haven't given my opinion on Marlena. But I am going to say this because, you know, I'm tired of keeping things to myself. Marlena wanted to say that someone had said that Fred was trying to get Journey or some shit like that. Then I watched the person who was going behind her back and speaking with people that Marlena knew and people that knew Marlena's family, and she was telling them shit because they wanted Journey. Then I watched Marlena get hooked up with this person to come on these YouTube streets and manufacture chaos in the name of Summer Wells so Marlena could start herself a channel and get some money and subs because her friend was tired of giving her cigarette money. I raised my hand on the fucking Bible to that. I got text. I got too many fucking texts. And I don't know what to do with them. But I'm a nice person. But you know who you are, Marlena's good buddy friend. See what happens? This is what happens, people. Trigger warning. You can call Remain Calm a cunt. And, you know, then I have to act like one every once in a while, don't I? Right? They're all like, she's a wussy. She won't say anything. She won't do anything. Well, let me tell you, if I'm talking about something, I'm telling the fucking truth. By God, by golly. For real, that's what I seen happen in the name of Summer Wells. I mean, where's my, hold on. I keep forgetting I even have these things. Oh my God, what do I want to use? That's how I feel sometimes. Right? You know what, May? And I'm going to say this, and I don't care what other people think about anything, really. We've lost a lot of people. We've lost a lot of people within the last couple of years. And it's so sad. It is so sad. And I do have a heart, and I do feel for everyone who loses someone. I really do. But I mean, some of these people on YouTube, they just want you to be a bitch. They want you to be a bitch. They want you to say things about them. They do. But no, just to let everybody know, I don't say things only because I don't like to hurt other people. I don't like to hurt people. I don't like seeing people hurt. Your sister did, Twister? Hey, Golden Grace, how are you? Good to see you. And it's very sad. And some of these people, I'm just going to say it. Some of these people on YouTube will take someone's passing and use it to benefit themselves. I'm just going to say it. I've watched it happen. I've watched people take someone and bash them. They're the worst people in the world. How dare they make this money for this or that money for that? And then when they do pass away, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they passed away. Let's talk about it for 20 hours. Now, that's okay. I'm being a little bit cunty there, okay? I admit it. Hey, Appy. Poppy! That's okay. You get a late notice. You do. Free late passes around here. But watching individuals who inserted themselves in the Summer Wells case was a great lesson that taught me a lot. It really did. It taught me a lot. So now, happy I said hi, right? Okay, anywho. Let's get back to Hunter and Candace thing. Allie never wanted to say that Candace did anything inappropriate to her son. It is out there. JLR has it. He talked to Allie and them. And when that subject is brought up, Allie's mother, Sherry, is like, yeah, I can guarantee you. And Allie's like, no way. No way. Right? That is what was said. You can find it on JLR.
She said that she hurt her knee because of kids. Where did she say she went on vacation for? Gatlinburg. She said she went to Gatlinburg for a little vacation with the kids, and the kids kept kicking her.
Okay, obviously she did talk to Allie. Obviously there was a conversation. Obviously they probably all were sitting there. Because Candace hadn't talked to Allie for a long time, right? They hadn't had conversations, right? I guess I've got a question because when Allie answered the phone when her and Leslie were at the football game, did Candace call Allie's phone or Leslie's phone? And I only asked that, number one, because I can't remember. But I thought for sure that Allie talked about the phone she was on and it dying or something, right? And you guys, look, people in the bushes, it's okay if you don't like me, okay? I don't care where you go hang out with. If you know the answer, please just come in and tell me, okay? And no, just to let people know, if somebody comes into my chat that I hadn't seen for a long time, my spiel is, hey, where have you been? Where you been hanging out at? Please don't take that as me caring where you were hanging out at. Because I really don't care where you hang out at. For sure. Yeah, they had a falling out about Jose. Jose the stud muffin. Everybody wanted him. Look, that speaks for itself. Candace and Grandma, boy, oh boy, I can guarantee you they wanted a little something, something from Benny. I'm just saying. Right? So then Jose lives there. And he's got Allie too. My thing is, if he liked women with penises, Why did he sleep with Allie? Why did he sleep with Allie? And let me tell you guys, I felt horrible for Allie. And the shit that Andrew was saying about her. And then Jose saying, I only slept with her once. Do you know, I can guarantee you, she may not have acted like that bothered her on YouTube or whatever, but I can guarantee you that bothered her. For sure. That was always sad to me. Andrew Hiltz said that he wished that he would have, how did he word it? Not his exact words, but basically spit Hunter out on Allie's ass. It's out there. It is out there. Freaking weird ass shit.
And she has supposedly a plastic knee or something like that. And so they took her to the hospital. We came in here for.
Do you know what hospital? Do you know? Not Mom. Do you know?
Ocean Valley.
It's the one downtown.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called, but it's the one downtown.
Okay, Mom. Do you know the name of it?
Olsen Valley.
Christian
sorry,
Valley?
May.
Olsen Valley.
Olsen Valley. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So she's here. Grandma's at the hospital.
Ocean Valley, come on down. We got the best knee replacements in town. Come on over, we'll give you some stuff.
Hospital. And who's with her that
Just
day?
summer.
Just Summer.
Just summer.
Okay.
Not the entire day until we pick up the grandma.
Okay.
Not the entire time until we pick up the grandma. You guys heard you listened to the context of that, right? You heard the context of that. All right. Well, we're going to keep that on our little listy list. For sure. I mean, I know I mess around and I say shit, but you know, I really want to have a serious conversation about summer. I really do. There's just so much that, you know, people running interference for other people. And I mean, we watched interviews that Don has had with people where other creators are burning his phone up. Don't talk to that guy. Don't talk to that guy. Don't talk to that guy. If Don Wells did nothing wrong, he should have been talking to everybody. I know, May. I said penises. We say chicks with dicks over here, too. We do. Nobody needs to fib about it. So can I sit here and give my opinion that I truly, truly do believe that some creators did not do Don and Candace any favors at all? They really didn't. But Don and Candace kept coming back for more. Now, if you really look at everywhere that Don and Candace went, to have conversations about Summer and Summer missing, they are very few and far between, because it became less about Summer very quickly. Very quickly. I've always said, don't know if they're innocent or guilty. I mean, I have my own, thoughts on things, but what they've shown me about their individual selves, they're just not people that I would see myself being friends with, if that makes sense. A lot of creators, yes, absolutely used them for money. They sure did. Oh, cracking cases. Cam and Allie's coming back. Good for you, Cam and Allie. And I hope you did get your kids back, like you said. And I hope that you and your family have a good, clean, wonderful life. I've always hoped that for you. Yeah. Well, this is the thing, Twister, and this is the truth. Do I get frustrated seeing how much money some of these creators have made using using no, he's not in the hospital. He was in a vehicle. He was in the hospital. I think he's out now. I just seen the video. I don't think it was old, because he said he got the kids back. Said he was taking things for his medical condition, I'll say. I'll pull it up here in a minute. I will pull it up here in a moment. Okay, TikTok. Ticker-tocker. Maybe I should go to TikTok. Maybe I should go to Rumble. Would you guys like to see me on Rumble? Lord, no. No, it would be bad. It would be really bad. YouTube kind of keeps me grounded. So he's back in the hospital already? Well, anywho, Cam, I am definitely praying for you. You and Allie both. And I wish you both nothing but good things. For sure. But no, I really, people and how they make their money. Sure, I get frustrated. I don't make any freaking money. I think of you. Oh, that's so sweet, May. Let me pin that, darling. It's not the money stuff for me. What I get aggravated about is people saying things that just are not true when it comes to Summer. And I don't want to say when it comes to Summer's case. Just being untruthful, putting something out as being factual when they know that it's not factual. Well, I think we all need a little bit of help somewhere, right? I mean, seriously, I think all of us need some sort of help in one way or another. In this true crime / Summer Wells community, I've watched quite a few people crash and burn. For real. And I've seen them pick themselves back up out of some pretty messed up situations and get right back into it. And people, there's a lot of people who are very forgiving. Very forgiving. For sure. No, I want good things for everybody. Hey, Mr. A. I really do. I think that's why I get to a point where I just cut people off. You seen Cam in a video at a hospital? Well, I know that he was in the hospital, that he was diagnosed with a couple things, said that that they got the kids back. Yeah. So I just hope the best for him. And if him and Allie went through all this together, went through their addictions together, and they're doing well enough that they're getting their children back and things are looking positive for them, hey, I commend them on that, because they do not recommend that spouses or partners, significant others, stay around each other while they're trying to get clean. They don't recommend it. So, kudos to them. That is love. It is. Okay, let's get into Tim Mullins. Are you guys ready? Please feel free to talk about whatever you want, as long as it's about Summer's case. Today, this is Summer. And we don't have to stay on Tim Mullins. We probably will, kind of, how we do over here, right? Oh, I hear that, May. I hear that. For sure. All right. So, May said, Summer, I think of you every day. I never met you, but I truly know and love you. I hope one day I will get to see you. Now, Tim Mullins, you got to look at like this. Well, I'm going to let you hear him. Now, just to let you guys know, Tim is the type of person that he will talk about the subject at hand while he's giving you a tour of historical sites. Okay? So I want you guys to remember that. I have given him credit in my description box. And I will pull up the conversation that Benny had with Tim. I've got it transcribed. I probably won't read the whole thing, but it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Okay, this is Tim Mullins, you guys. Here we go. Now, this is his project data sheet. Client name, Tim Mullins. February 22nd, 2022. Position media manager. This is called The Journey. Summer Moon, Utah Wells, disappearance June 15, 2021. Tim Mullins he's showing everything, you guys. Right? Well, I don't want to get into him, May May. May May, girl. May May, how's your family? I hope your family's doing okay. I know Dev's busy right now, too. We're thinking about you, Dev. I hadn't talked to Flies today. Poppy, you hanging out with Mr. Mustang, are you? Mr. Mustang. Okay. But this is what I was going to say about Tim Mullins, okay? You either have to put him in, he's a wannabe public relations agent, because as far as him being PR for Dawn and Candace, he ain't very good at it, in my opinion. Okay? So, with me, I have to keep in my mind that, you know, I've kind of learned over the years that there are cases, not saying this is Tim Mullins, but there are cases that an individual will get close to the family of their victim. I'm just saying, I'm not saying Tim Mullins did anything. I'm not. Don't get it wrong, Timmy. Don't get it wrong. I never talked to the guy. Nana's Angels talked to the guy. Okay.
Well, it all started like everybody else. Saw it in the paper.
Okay, hold on. Closed captions, biatch. Okay. He says he heard it in the paper. I've got that going pretty quick. Hold on. Hold on, I'll slow it down for you guys. Got to slow it down for us old ladies over here. He said he saw it in the paper.
On the news.
Heard it on the news.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Okay. Weirdo.
Everybody had a thought. I had a thought.
Everybody had a thought. What? Everybody had a thought. I had a thought. This is how I ended up on Ben Hill Road. How I ended up at Ben Hill Road. I know, I talk too freaking much. I know you guys. You ain't got to tell me. I hear ya.
So the next week I drove out to see where this place was when I found it.
The next week, now see, while I'm stopping it so much, there's contradictions in what he's saying already. So he's saying within a week. I want you to hear it one more time. Everybody had a thought. I had a thought, he said, right? I had a thought, you weird. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, May May. That happens, May May. That happens. Let me tell you, when my daughter had that tumor in her brain, Lord, that girl was so mean to me. She was. Yeah. Taking care of your own family is so hard. So hard. She was a little asshole. Okay, so he had a thought, you guys.
So the next week I drove out to
So the next week, this is very important. The next week I drove out there.
see where this place was when I found out it was pretty close. Not really in Rogersville at all. Takes as long to get to Rogersville from Ben Hill as it does to get to pretty much Johnson City from Kingsport. So not real sure how Rogersville got their name on that area.
Do you guys believe that? He's a historian type of guy. He goes out and films all this stuff. But he can't tell you anything about Rogersville. And doesn't he live there? Or Kingsport? My daughter was medicating. No, I just started at Super Sense. You haven't missed anything. See, I just had time today. That's why I'm just talking about a lot of different things. I have time to hang out with everybody today. Yeah, the nursing home. Okay. So he has a thought. He goes out there in about a week. A week.
It's on the south side of Bays Mountain, which is actually kind of two mountains that come together. If you look at it from the sky, two ridges, it's really one, but it's just the way it's worked itself out.
If you look at it from the sky, did you fly over it before? Because you're a pilot, right? Isn't he some kind of pilot? Or let me ask somebody a question because I can't remember the answer. Does anybody remember who took the pictures? Remember when the pictures came out that the real estate place had taken? The real estate pictures that were taken. Do you guys remember that? The real estate that was being sold? I believe it was the real estate that Jackie Dobbs bought. Those pictures are out here on YouTube somewhere. And I can't remember exactly who took those. I would like to know who took those pictures. And those pictures are kind of interesting. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Oh, shoot. Hang on, you guys. I got to take this. Sorry. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I had to take that call. I had to. Okay. So Tim is talking about the area. He said that he went there. He went to the area within a week, right? He said a week.
With the reservoir that was made in the middle. That's Bays Mountain right there. East to west.
Okay, he's showing us Bays Mountain, you guys.
It was Cherokee territory. Settlers, Daniel Boone's, David Crockett's, all the names that we've heard.
But I thought you didn't know anything about Rogersville.
That's what this area historically has always been a pretty special spot. Actually, what I'm on is Long Island. It's an island in the middle of the river, runs a few miles, and it is was the second most important part to the Cherokees property. It's where they
And see, what was weird to people about this video also was the fact that he was filming that baseball diamond. And I know I have it in my notes somewhere. I can't remember exactly why the baseball diamond even came out to start with. So I can't remember. Okay, Poppy. I can't remember. Something to do with the baseball diamond. Weird.
came all the way from way west, Chattanooga, way down that way. Came here, have their peace treaties, and so this was very sacred territory. It's now sacred baseball territory, but part of it is still owned by the Cherokees. So we drove on out to Ben Hill.
Drove out to Ben Hill. We drove out to Ben Hill. Did he have a mouse in his pocket? Who was with you, Tim? Who set up the YouTube and everything for Don and Candace? Who hooked all that up? Don said it took the guy hours. That's what he said.
To get some shots, get a feel for the place, for the news.
Okay. Right there. I don't know why he's filming in this specific spot, Poppy. That's what I'm saying. But I remember, I can't remember exactly why a baseball field or diamond or whatever was mentioned in Summer's case or something. But then, because somebody else mentioned it too. When I seen him filming at that baseball diamond, I was like, it was just weird. It set off a weird vibe in me, right? Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021. Created December 11th, 2021. Okay? And he accessed it on February 19, 2022. So he was, well, he modified it. He created it. Why did he modify it? That's kind of weird. Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021 at 4:05 p.m. That is when he went with somebody to take pictures and stuff. He said for the newspaper and stuff, right?
The Kingsport.me free media. And that was my first taste of it.
And I did pull that up. And then I took it off my tab, and I don't know if I'll find it again. But yeah, you can go to that, Google that, and then put / Summer Wells in there, see what pops up.
That area, I'd been through there, but it's been a long time. Didn't really remember it at all. So like everyone, the terrain stood out very obviously.
How beautiful is that? That is beautiful.
And I just parked down on the main road there, looking up toward the house, the ridges, creeks, just getting a feel for it, and just could not possibly see how that little girl would have just run off. And that's why I said,
wow. Those were good pictures, Tim. Good pictures. And so he is saying that he was in that area the day after Summer went missing at 4 o'clock with the news or someone else, right? Did he use a drone, Fern? Don Wells said that he met Tim Mullins. I thought he said something about gyrocopters. You guys remember that? It's on Smiley's, I think. I think Smiley's got it over there somewhere when she talked to Don. And he said that they met flying gyrocopters. So that was weird to me. Then it was also weird that he's supposed to be their public relations guy. And at a vigil, he doesn't want anybody to know who he is. When Robin Lane went to say who Tim Mullins was, he put his finger up to his mouth as if to shush her up. Now, we heard Candace saying that he had been hospitalized a couple times, allegedly. Allegedly. Now, was that the truth or just something she was telling Benny? I don't know. So it's all strange.
from my experience with having sisters and nieces, they're pretty set on what they do until you say horses or puppy dogs. Some even like kittens.
Fucking weird. Listen to how he says that. He says he's got sisters and nieces until somebody says horsies or kittens
Or puppy dogs.
or puppy dogs.
Some even like kittens. It's usually something like that.
Some even like kittens. What? No. No. That's creepy. Did you guys hear that? That's creepy. Oh my gosh. No way. And some of them even, okay, Lord help me, Jesus.
What they do until you say horses or puppy dogs. Some even like kittens. It's usually something like that. And that's got their attention. They love them. They love those. And they would scurry off if there was something nearby, but that was just a thought out of my mind. I knew absolutely nothing about any of it. Zero. All I knew was the location. Courtesy GPS and looking at it on Google Earth.
All right. All right. Now we know he looked at it on Google Earth. That's why he was explaining what he could see from the air to the ground.
Then being there in person and just trying to get a feel for it. It's an odd feeling.
I bet it is.
Just standing there on the side of Beach Creek, looking down at the little creek. It was small. Looking at the hillsides. The police were there at the time, so I just kind of stayed in that area to try to just see what I felt. And then I drove some of the loops, the roads that head more north, do some loop through some gorgeous land. And just thought, where in the world would you look? Came back around Beach Creek more in the west and then headed back toward Ben Hill. And when I got there, the police were gone. So I thought, well, let's just go down Ben Hill.
He did a great job with these pictures. I'm going to make this bigger. I want you guys to see these pictures. He's taken pictures of the whole area. For sure. Me? That's what you missed, Mr. A. You missed me while you were gone. Oh, TikTok. You were on a stream on TikTok. Well, Nana, boo boo. No, I'm just playing. I should be a TikToker. I should. Now, how'd you know to call me Missy? Did you know that's what my family called me for years? I still have family that call me Missy. I do. He is documenting. He definitely is documenting all this. That's what I'm saying. He's doing a good job of it. He is. He is. These are some really good pictures. So we know. Well, wait a minute. Okay, wait. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, he said the cops were gone. But this was the very next day. Okay, okay. Okay, hold on. I got to see something. This is driving me nuts. Hang on. What was... Modified date. Okay, hold on. Okay, so he created this. Okay, he created this in December. But he modified it because he changed it or saved it or updated it. Okay. So modification. But the modification date, okay, this is driving me freaking crazy. Hold on. Let's see, where am I here? I can't see it. 538. Hold on, I'm looking for something. You guys, just the vastness of the area where Summer went missing is it's a lot. How could he have modified it before he created it? How do you do that? Okay, I'll have to find it. That's a question I have. All right, let me start this again.
Hill. So I went down Ben Hill, saw the home box number 110, and looked up the driveway up the woods a little. It's real green. It was mid-June, so actually the second week. I mean, it was a week after it occurred, so June 15 had about a week to that. Went on up Ben Hill as far as I felt that I should. It was obvious I know these counties and these backwoods and roads, and there is a privacy factor there. I knew there'd been a lot of media, so I didn't want to disturb the neighbors too much. So I just went to a certain spot and then turned around. Then came back, just slowly looking at the landscape again. And it just would leave you without words. There was too much. I already seen women searching the hills. I'd seen them out in the fields, very carefully searching the fields. They were cutting the first cut of the season, I think, where they make their bales of hay for the animals and stuff. But they had to have people in the front, either in walking or like a golf cart or something, four-wheeler, searching the ground first before they brought the big, like a combine, the cut. And just watching that was pretty tender, because you realize the impact of such a small little person not seeing him in the grass and then hitting him with a tractor.
And that is absolutely true. I couldn't imagine having individuals have to walk in front of your mowers and things like that, just to make sure that there's nothing in front of it, Kind of strange, right?
Pulling a grass cutter. Not exactly what you would want to have happen. Still, it's hard to get the words. But they did.
I'll drop the link if anybody wants to.
And then also saw trucks coming out, pickups pulling just loads of men on the back that had been searching. You could tell just tired, drained. I mean, searching is like exhausting.
But
it's not like running through a field, which is tiring. This is just constant leg work, body work, emotion work, eye work.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, he's right. Everything he's saying is right.
A drain pond of some sort. It's one of the big factories over there, Domtar. They're rebuilding.
Oh, shit.
Main road.
Shit, I just messed up. Hang on, I'll find out where we were at. You guys, I keep trying to find that fucking, it's driving me crazy. And I know I'm driving everybody crazy that's watching, too. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? Damn it, I gotta find that. I honestly have to find that. It's driving me nuts. I'll find it when I'm done. Fuck. Okay. I don't want to hear him talking about the area. I'm sorry, you
Sitting on schedules
guys.
with our Native American friends. A lot of them realized they needed to
Hey,
work with this
Sherry.
new civilization that dwarfed theirs. But you had some naturally some of those that felt like they shouldn't yield to this new society. You got to remember, they took some of these Indian chiefs.
Okay. Sorry, Tim. I don't want the history lesson.
Just don't see it. So you had others like, it seems like a lot of the troublemakers are the famous ones, but you had people like Dragging Canoe.
Okay. He says something about
So he was going to fight for it. If I could go back, I'd say, okay, DC, let's say you get it all. How are you going to function all these new advancements? So, anyway, a little thought there. It's always unfortunate. Keep it the way it was. Didn't have that. It was quiet, peaceful, other than having to hack a few people who tried to get on your hunting ground.
Damn.
But I think it's great the part of this is still owned by the Cherokees. Soto
Yeah, that is cool.
Long before the...
It does tell a really good little history lesson, you guys. I mean, this freaking guy, he's not dumb. He knows areas. He knows about areas. How weird is it that you say you don't know a lot about Rogersville or whatever, but you talk about knowing the back roads and all kinds of stuff? Right? That's just my feelings on it. In my opinion, they were trying to get people to think about different things happened this summer. Well, I mean, I think we all, I definitely think that we all think different things that happened this summer for sure. And a lot of us have, that's what we've done is talked about the possibilities of all the different things that could have happened to her. When a child, any child, just poof disappears, their scent ends at the end of their driveway, and they're just gone. Who are the first people that you're going to look at? The parents and the people that were with her last. And if Candace left that hill twice that day, what does common sense tell you? If somebody did lure her down to the road, if somebody did lure her down there, they probably seen Candace leave. They could have seen her leaving. I agree with you, Mr. A, on that. In more ways than one. Well, not only does she have a whole future ahead of her, but she absolutely, with us knowing about her environment, it really took on a whole different ball game as far as Summer's case. Right? Because of the environment and, you know, things that are said to have been going on at 110, what her parents were like, what they were doing, what they were showing us of themselves. It really, I really believe that's why, you know, Summer really just grabbed a hold of people's hearts, right? Give me a few minutes, Sherry. Oh, no, go ahead. I dropped the link. The link's in there somewhere, Sherry. Now, he says something about, this is what's weird. He says something about a, what are those things that explode? Freak, I can't remember.
Pilgrims.
I'll think of it.
This place was packed. This whole country was packed. It spread and it killed off the majority of all the Native Americans. So by the time the Pilgrims got here, it was just small groups. Beach Creek would have been, for where its location was, probably a very important trail heading toward the west. I'm sure the Indian trails through there. I'm sure the bison. We say buffalo, but it's actually bison in America. This place was packed with bison. Look at Bays Mountain. It's like the slumbering bison. Its head drinking out of the Holston River. But that whole area would have been that historically extremely important area. And down through there with its creeks and its hollers, you had the mountain one side, the mountain on the other, which from the Kingsport area looks just like a volcano, but it's actually a couple different peaks. But from a distance, it makes it look like
a volcano. Listen to what he says about what Don Wells said about that.
They're right together.
What's up,
The opening
Lisa
of the top of
Kleckner?
the,
Where have you been, lady?
volcano.
Where you been hanging
From
out?
that spot from Kingsport, if you look and you see that volcano, that is the exact location of the Wells's property.
And no, I don't, you don't have to tell me, Lisa. You don't. I'm playing. But I know you know that.
Almost exactly due north from those peaks straight down to their property. I was with Don and said, always looks like a volcano. He said, I always thought it looked like Mount Sinai. You don't know Mount Sinai, that was a very important one in the Bible to Moses.
Now, he says he did not meet Don until the first vigil, is what he said. That he walked right past Don and didn't know who Don was. But then Don says they met when they were flying gyrocopters. Well, those things are expensive, ain't they? Did Don have a gyrocopter? Or did he just go to a place where they could fly him?
Egypt, coming out, heading into Israel. You had Mount Sinai. Sinai. You can look it up. Wikipedia. That's how Don loved the Bible. Don loves God, and he does very much.
Don loves the Bible. Loves the Bible. So by the time that he put this stuff out, him and Don were already bestest of friends, right? Yeah, showing the oldest son. Yeah, because wasn't there helicopters and stuff there, I think, right?
I'm outside, so I'm a little cold. So that was loves God, not loved, loves God. One of his favorite things to do was talk about the Lord, talk about the Bible. Most people really never saw that, don't know it.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think, and I should have done a poll, do you really believe that Don knows about the Bible? I'm not saying he doesn't love Jesus. That's not what I'm asking. Do you really believe he knows the Bible? Or if he just knows that the world is a messed up place?
We pretty much just knew him from his evenings, and that was mostly whiskey talking. That wasn't Don, that was whiskey. A man does not always tell the truth when whiskey talks. And Don's.
Well, this is a I'm sticking up for Don Fest. Don's whiskey talking. Whiskey talking does not mean that he's telling the truth. All right. Don loves God.
God. One of his favorite things to do was talk about the Lord, talk about the Bible. Most people really never saw that, don't know it. They pretty much.
Did the ladies of the night know it? Did he preach to them? While he was allegedly passing that freaking crack pipe, was he saying Jesus loves you? Jesus saves. Jesus saves, right? Hey, objection. I'm just asking, okay?
Just knew him from his evenings, and that was mostly whiskey talking.
Whiskey talk.
That wasn't Don, that was whiskey. A man does not always tell the truth when whiskey talks.
But we've been told our whole life that usually a drunk is stating factual information.
In Don's case, he would actually just start making up crazy stuff. His sense of humor would kick in.
What? So this guy is saying that Don's whiskey talk and the stuff that he would say was his sense of humor kicking in. That is funny. Funny, 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 funny. Lord Jesus. Hang on. Ugh. Hang on there. Don sins every 5 minutes. That's a lot of repenting. Oh, before I get off here, I'll show you Don preaching. I will. I got a clip of it. Okay, so Don's sense of humor would kick in, and he'd start saying crazy stuff.
So, we'll get on that some other time. The wind's probably blowing in the microphone and messing this
We'll get on that some other time. Okay.
up.
All right, Timmy.
And I don't even know if I'm going to share it, but I might. So this is the territory. Heading between the mountains is what we call Bays Mountain.
Bays Mountain right there.
What we call Chimney Top. Between there.
He's giving us a big lesson here, you guys.
That's the Wells property. A very historical area. All the way down through there. From Bison to Cherokee.
Very, very, very. Okay. Thank you, Tim. Chimney Top, there's Bays Mountain. There's the health department. A lot of churches. A lot of churches. Dang. Did you go to all these churches, Don, to find a church? Inquiring minds want to know. Wow. He put the cheer and gymnastics. He pinned that. Well, wasn't that nice of you there, Mr. Mullins? Okay.
This is Interstate 26, by the way, above my head. Shoots right off of 11W, which goes to Rogersville, which is where Don is right now. Straight through Bays Mountain, heading toward Asheville, North Carolina. Those are some of the original citizens up there. Flying. So looking at those hillsides, streams, it's below the house property. Not a lot of traffic normally. That day the police were stopping everyone and just asking them if they'd seen anything. So I had gave them my thoughts. There was a couple things around there that.
But the picture that he showed at the bottom of Don and Candace's driveway, there was no cops on that road at all that you could see in those pictures, right? Thanks, Sherry. Good to see you. Good to see you, Sherry. Hey, H.
And I noticed coming in, and so I just shared that. Just my citizen's contribution.
So he's saying that he told law enforcement a couple things that he thought was odd. That's what he's saying. So they asked him if he's seen anything that day. Well, it wouldn't have been that day. Okay.
So I had gave them my thoughts. There was a couple things around there that I noticed coming in, and
there was a couple things around there. That's what I'm saying, Poppy. I have to go back and find where I showed you guys the day that this video was created, and then there was a modification date. And I have to go back and find it. Remind me. Go back and find it. It's like in the beginning of this. We're almost done with this one.
I just shared that. Just my citizen's contribution.
How would you know something's odd if you had never been there before? Right? Oh, that's so sweet, Sherry. I'm glad you guys love each other. Yeah, he said a week later at the beginning of the video. That's why I kept telling you guys, remember this. He says a week later. Now, your create date is the day that you initially made that video. Your modify date is the date that you go in and you add stuff to it or you edit stuff out. So, unless he had already put some, it's weird. That doesn't make any sense to me. Thank you, Super Sensible. That's what I'm saying. How would you know something's odd if you had not been there before.
It was actually a beautiful area. So looking at all that, not really knowing what to think, it was time to head back. Started heading back east toward Kingsport. And you're in Hawkins County, but not for long. It turns back into Sullivan County. Part of Kingsport is in Sullivan and Hawkins, but obviously not that part through there. Now, where Don was working later is further west of.
It says, driving home, I smelled rotting flesh. My stomach suddenly felt horrible. I got out searching a field and then found this deer carcass. Suddenly, summer missing got very real. That's what he says.
Kingsport, where the houses are, Edinburgh. Absolutely gorgeous area, neighborhood, school right in the middle of it. That's part of Kingsport. That's still Sullivan. But then Hawkins on 11W, heading west toward Rogersville. They own just a little part of that, and then it goes into it's like from Mount Carmel, which is part of Kingsport right there. Very familiar with that. But then after that, heading slightly west, you get into the Churchill, and then down toward Rogersville, which takes a little while. And that's where Don is right now. So leaving Hawkins.
So he knows exactly where Don's at right now.
County back into Sullivan, heading back toward the east, headed down Reservoir, which is the road that takes you to how you can go up on the mountain. Absolutely amazing park up there.
And I also heard, even though I don't repeat stuff that I heard, hey, Mama Bear, that Tim Mullins and Don are freaking tight. Tighter than a freaking twisty for bread. I'm just saying. They are tight. And yeah. It's that relationship is weird. Weird.
One pen is just full of wolves. It's amazing when they find a roadkill like a deer and toss it over the fence. Watching the order of the clan, who gets to eat first. But they've got a planetarium, one of the few in the nation. This is city owned too, this whole mountain. Planetarium is top notch 4K. It's just astounding that they've had this. Miles of trails, the big reservoir, barge, raptors,
That's weird that he would say that. Would a pack of dogs, excuse me, would a hungry pack of dogs chase someone who maybe had a deer carcass and they were like, here, puppies, here's just some food, and then they haul it out in the woods somewhere? Just a thought. Weird. You guys know I think weird, right?
Birds studies. They make all their own huge stuff like replicates of space, stuff like space shuttles. Just incredible artistically. But that's where the road is, right on the other side of that. And you go down that direction. And if I could get high enough, you'd see the volcano. But I'm on the north side of Bays Mountain, and which looks slightly different than the south side of Bays Mountain. And that was day one. Going out to sea, trying to get a feel for what happened, trying to get a feel for the area, and not really having a whole lot to think, just soaking it up.
Soaking it up. Where's this? What? Where's this at, y'all? Oh, okay. I know where it's at. Never mind. Okay, so that was the first one. I got time for the second one, and I'm going through these so you guys don't have to. Oh, shit. Shit. Hold on. We are going to find that. We are going to find it. Okay, here we go. All right. So this is February 22nd, 2022. And what I'm looking for is where he shows the create date.
Well, it all started like everybody else.
Sorry, you guys.
Saw it in the paper. Heard it on the news. Somewhere.
I'll speed it up real quick. Because I want to see that. I really do. Let's see those dates. Unless he had something that he edited out from the create date. The create date was like December 11th or something like that. Come on, Tim, you talk too much. You're like me, dude. Where the fuck is that, you guys? Because I know he showed it. That makes me mad. Remain calm. You're such a loser. You are a loser. All right, we'll find it. I hate that. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. Hold on. Okay, the create date is December 11th, 2021. The modified date is June 22nd, 2021. So he accessed it February 19, 2022. Am I stupid? End of Beach Creek. Am I thinking about this wrong? When you create something, it's the timestamp when a file or record was first made. The modified date shows the last time its content was changed, saved, or updated. So this file was created in December. How could you modify it? Am I stupid? Is this making no sense? I don't know. I'm really computer illiterate, but the initial point in time the file was generated or imported into its current location. Oh, okay. I think I see now, said the blind man. So there was something that he had. That's still, okay. All right, moving on. I apologize. Still doesn't make any freaking sense to me, but who am I? Who am I? All right. So let's go with Robin. Okay. We're going to start with Robin Lane and how he met Robin Lane. Okay? Because Robin seems to be the one that connected Tim Mullins to the Wells. Also, hey, Stephen, Robin seemed to be the one that connected David Dotson to the Wells. Now, allegedly, as far as I can remember, Tim Mullins was, he was not a SDA churchgoer, right? But supposedly had done some video stuff for them or something. Took pictures for them once or did videos or whatever. Now, this is pretty short, and then we'll do Candace's, and then we'll be done for today anyway. All right, hold on. Don't forget, you got to put up with wherever he's at. I mean, he's being really transparent here. I mean, for sure. I don't understand why a individual who's supposed to be helping the family with interviews and stuff like that would feel the need to line people's pockets to run interference against people from social media and real life. Right? All right. Let's knock this one out. Knock it out of the park. Oh, remind me if you guys want to listen to Don preaching. I'll pull it up. Just remind me. Remind me. Okay. Meeting Robin the Bread Lady. Okay. It's number 1. He's got them numbered. There's like 8 different ones. It's number 1, Super Sensible.
This town was made from scratch, pretty much. The team was chartered. Kingsport was known as the model city of the South. Different kind of city government used. It was unique. Actually, 2017 had its 100th anniversary. Here's its 200th anniversary. Figure that one out. It's had 2 charters. First one was in 1822 around the Civil War, and then restarted in 1917.
See, that's what got everybody, and a lot of people wouldn't watch these because of him. This is exactly what he did. Now, I can guarantee you, if someone wanted to purchase that, he would cut out talking about whoever he was talking about and put this together as, a little historical walkabout, you might say.
And they laid the whole city out. It's called the Model City, as it's called Church Circle. Everything branches off from that. But this is a train station. It's pretty neat.
He's good at
Tower.
it.
About it was first was the paper, the second was the parade, and then later into the Fun Fest.
Okay, that's how he's saying he got hooked up with the Summer Wells case. We're going to talk about the first time he seen Candace. We're going to talk about the first time he seen Dawn. I want you guys to hear him talk about how he met Robin. You have to ask yourself, with all of the people, how long did these people really know each other? A lot of these people end up saying something that finally somebody's like, well, I thought you didn't know that person. But yet you just slipped up about something that happened 10 years ago that involved that person, right?
There was lots and lots of things that different families can do, but one of them was what was called bread making. You could learn how to make bread. And it was going to be at the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And so on that day, I'd done various things, but I went to that function. Then there was another big one about the same time, but I wanted to do that because bread making sounded unique for the news and for the city to have. And so I went to the Seventh-day Adventist, went inside to start photographing. And how do you say it? Lo and behold, there was that other woman walking with Candace in the parade. And
so he's trying to say, lo and behold, yeah, Sherry, that is a fact. Ellen G. Wright wrote it.
she introduced herself as Robin. And that was really my second meeting. We talked just a little, talked about the parade. Can't remember really much of what we said.
His second meeting. So he had spoke with her at the parade.
But got a lot of footage. And I remember I was...
You had the hots for her. You had the hots for Robin. I think David Dotson had the hots for her too. You know who else I think has the hots for her? I really think Dawn Wells has the hots for her too. I mean, Robin is just a breath of fresh air. I think that's how I heard her described before.
Hungry. I commented, bad place to come when you're hungry bread making and you got to wait for them to make it and cook it. And I had to take off to go down to another function, some big outdoor shindig dance, wahoo. And if I remember right, I think maybe I'd left, maybe they'd offered, they said we could make a loaf if you would like one. And I may have given, I gave them my number. And so while I am at the shindig, and it was a big outdoors thing, I did get a text that said, got some bread ready. We're getting ready to leave here. I can drop it off somewhere. And I thought, well, that's like kind beyond measure.
Damn! Not only does he show up, he doesn't help make the bread. She makes him some bread. And then she's like, would you like for me to deliver that bread to you, Mr. Mullins? Right? They absolutely do, Sherry. They do place children in SDA homes. They do. Now, people need to remember, too, that it was stated, and I'm not going to say it's factual because I don't remember off the top of my head where it actually came from, but it was stated that when it came to taking the boys, Nobody would take the boys. Nobody would take them. And Candace actually went and stayed all night with Clyda the night. Clyda kept the boys one night until CPS found somewhere for them. And supposedly Candace stayed there with her and the boys, if I remember that story correctly.
And it was actually Robin that texted. And I thought, well, gosh, if they're going out of the way to make me a bread, I should at least go by and pick it up. So headed that way and got there just in the nick of time. They were...
Where was she going to bring it to you at? Where were y'all going to meet up?
Just finishing up in the kitchen cleaning, and Robin, another lady, children, they had made a plate of this bread already buttered and warmed and cut, and it was like, oh yeah. So that little drive-in window like at the church, so I was outside. So they opened up the window, and I got to...
I would love to go through a drive-through and get fresh, warm bread with some apple butter on it, a little extra butter. That's a good question, Sherry. Why did she cross the truck off? And she said that somebody told her, somebody on social media or something told her. And why would you do that if law enforcement did not tell you to do it? Why would you just listen to somebody on Facebook? Or social media, period? That's always a question that I've had too. And then she's got a red truck. Tim Mullins has got a red truck. Freaking half of Beach Creek's got a freaking red truck. Everybody in that area's got a red truck. There were hundreds of red trucks. Hundreds of them. She didn't want to be a suspect. Oh, that's a good way of looking at it.
enjoy a little bread snack, and real nice people. They all seem very nice there. Everybody I've met at that church seems very nice. And then they gave me my loaf of bread, and I headed on back, finished up what I was doing, and I mean, it was pretty late by then in the evening, and pretty well that ended the day with that nice treat. And that's how I met Robin the second time. I've been in that church once before, years ago. For something. They were having some interesting seminar or something. And that was a long time ago. So this is the first time I've been back up there. And like I said, everybody there was extremely nice and thoughtful, of course. So when I forgot her name,
Danny.
I would just call her the bread lady. So for a long time, she was the bread lady, or not a long time, until I finally remembered, oh, it's Robin, but the bread lady. And very nice. And I don't think it was long right after that. I don't know, made some contact, something about the case. I can't remember exactly, but got to go up to the park. She was at the park with her family, so I got to go up and meet her husband. And
right there, he contacted Robin about the case. This is what I'm saying. Hey, the mouse. And I've kind of said this since the beginning, right? I truly believe that he contacted Robin, and Robin was kind of his gateway to Don and Candace Wells. I truly believe that. And I think that also there's something really weird about this friendship, you guys. really weird about this friendship. We've seen Dawn get friendly with other people, and not all of them, but some of them had criminal backgrounds or, addiction problems and things like that. That friendship is completely weird to me. I just wonder if him and Dawn aren't so close because Dawn already knows exactly what Tim is going to do with all of the, all the stuff that he has so far. I can guarantee you that, Tim is looking documentary, Netflix, whatever, right? She knew, so did Dee Dee. Oh, you think Dee Dee knew? I don't know. I really don't know anything about Dee Dee. Rest in peace, though, Dee Dee. But yeah, the flashlight and the snacks. Oh, David Dodson. Thank you. Sorry, I thought you were talking about somebody else. So did Dave. Oh, you're talking about Robin and David Dodson? You think David Dodson knew about it? See, I don't understand that scenario either. Because David Dodson had not been going to that church but a really short period of time. So, did Candace call somebody else to get David's number? How did Candace end up with David Dodson's phone number? And I know some people are like, oh, it's because he was at the church. To me, I wouldn't think he was there long enough for his phone number to be given out like that. I mean, seriously. I believe the missing time was the cremation. Oh, you mean Robin taking a couple hours to get there? Candace calls her at 7. She goes home. She got to get some flashlights and some snacks. She thought they were going to pull an all-nighter. Oh, no, I don't recall it being said he was a deacon in the church. I never seen him setting up on the pulpit that much. But I didn't go to that church either. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she is.
Get to know him. Real nice people. He's nice. Solid guy. Very solid. And so that was not long.
Talking about Robin's husband, who did not want her at 110 Ben Hill Road. He didn't want her up there, and he dang sure did not want her taking his daughter up there. At all. At all. And when Don would go do his whacked out shit, Robin's calling him on the phone. Don, you should probably come home. Right? I wish I was a fly on the wall for that. For sure.
After that, I can't remember the exact order of how those events happened, but it was good to meet him. And the bread was delicious. And Robin was friendly from day one. and continues to be that way. Church is very nice. When I've seen other people, oh, that's what it was. It was a church. They were having a church picnic, and I think there was like an invite or something like that, or if you want to come by or something, I can't remember. And I was in the area photographing and thought, oh.
Wait. So the first time he says he talked to Robin was at the parade. The second time, she was making bread. Then he goes and meets her and her husband. He's in the area photographing things. Okay.
Well, yeah, I should zoom by because I definitely wanted to meet her husband, and then.
So out of the blue, she just says, "Hey, you want to meet up?"
That was just a little bit of time, just a little after the bread. Fun Fest was over at the end of that week. That was there in July.
So, Robin, you didn't know him. Why would you just text him out of the blue to meet up? Okay, you guys are going to have to give me 1 second. I've got to get something to drink. I do. My mouth's getting dry. Yeah, she was photographing her daughter's dance recital practice.
And that is around the time I started listening to, I think I came across the YouTube. It was the interview room.
Bada bing. So before he even met Don and Candace, he sees Chris McDonough's interview. When was what was the date on the first vigil? Hang on, I'll tell you. Oh, I don't have my notes pulled up, but hang on. It would have been on there was a service held at a Rogersville church on Friday evening, June 18th, but that wasn't it. And then June 12th, no. That's the 1-year anniversary. Okay. £40 child takes 3 to 4 hours to cremate. Tennessee law states you can have private ceremony. Okay, Sherry, but why for something to happen, even if it was, I mean, for her to be cremated, then whatever happened to her, what are you saying? It was premeditated? Oh, I thought they found those necklaces online. Those were necklaces somebody sent them online, I thought. I remember what you're talking about. I mean, for sure. Oh, shit. Shit, fire, save matches. Yeah, it could have been Candace's dad, but I know that it wasn't Summer. Because I remember when they were talking about that. I do. Okay, hold on. All right, so he watched the interview room with Chris McDonough.
I think that was the first thing I heard. I have my own thoughts on that, which I thought that was excellent at the time, until he came to a certain spot, and I could tell when he said what he said that it just was going to probably cause all sorts of bad stuff.
So how so when which interviews are you talking about when he said what he said it would end up bad stuff? He met Candace, he seen Candace at the parade. He didn't meet Dawn until the vigil. And this is when he met Robin.
Yeah,
So he already knew Dawn before he watched the Chris McDonough interview. He would have to, for him to know that things were going to go badly, right? Who do you think cremated her, Sherry? Who would have cremated her? No, I get it. I get it that it takes 3 to 4 hours to cremate a body, but okay, so you're saying whatever happened to her, that it had to be by somebody who had those type of connections, right? They would have to have those type of connections and also know that they were important enough to these people who were doing the cremation that these people would, right? You're supposed to report this.
He hadn't gone that way. But other than that, the interviews were both very good and very helpful to be able to get to see Candace, get to hear, listen to her, see the home. I know people were like shocked with the home, but they don't know this area. You can drive down Beach Creek and see all sorts of homes that a lot of people may not like to keep their home that way, but that wasn't really the point to me. When I saw it, it was like, that didn't bother me. However, I'll discuss that. I'll discuss that another time. I'll just put it this way. Sometimes somebody has a skill set that's not made to be used publicly. And when it's used publicly, its flaws show real fast why it was never made to be a public skill set. It was always made to be a private skill set. But there's learning curves. Unfortunately, a lot of people got hurt in this certain learning curve. And it continues to resonate. So.
I want to hear that one more time. Because I'm freaking weird like that. You guys know how I am. Learning curves for what? For what? Unfortunately, a lot of people got hurt. Who got hurt?
Hurt in this certain learning curve. And it continues to resonate. So, it was the news.
The only people that got hurt out of that whole situation was Dawn's stepsisters and the women that came forward that he had allegedly done something to. He wasn't even working at doing that at that time. I didn't think he'd done it anymore. He had to retire from it because he had Crohn's disease or something.
It was the parade, and it was making bread, and meeting Robin, meeting her family, meeting her church family. So these were the...
Did he get close to Robin to get in with Dawn and Candace? This is weird to me. Why would a woman just text this guy out of the freaking blue and say, come and meet up with me and my family at the park? Or did you text her and she was like, I'm not meeting you without my old man first? Yeah, Sherry, there's the link if you want to take it. You don't have to go into any more detail. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about for sure.
Initial pieces that were slowly drawing me closer to this whole case and this situation.
But, I mean, no, you need to take the link so I can talk to you about it. It's hard to talk to you about it in chat.
It had already touched touched my heart just watching the banner in the parade.
He said he had never seen a mother's face look like that. Okay, Sherry. So Don's biggest sacrifice was Summer.
Yes.
Why do you think that? Okay, how are you associating David Dodson with that though?
He worked as a mortician.
Yeah,
And
but he had retired because of his he got the Crohn's disease.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he couldn't do it anymore because of his Crohn's disease.
Oh, okay. I did not know that, but
Yeah.
I've researched everything about everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, because
I'm homebound and I have all the time in the world.
right.
to
Well,
research stuff.
I get what you're saying because yeah, in the beginning when we thought about that, we had looked into a lot of it too. David Dodson definitely is a weird character too. All these players that surrounded this case from the beginning, they're all the connections are really weird. And I mean, David Dodson goes to the church for a short period of time.
Yes. He
Can't-
wasn't a deacon.
No, I've
No.
never heard that he was a
He
deacon
didn't stay
either.
long enough to be a deacon.
No. And that was, see, I always question that too, Sherry, because why would, of all people, David Dodson, that be a person that Candace could call that knew could call Robin and she would answer the phone?
Well, I've done a lot of research on this. I'm telling you, I have. And I've looked up Tennessee laws about everything to see what is legal and what is not. Now, you do not have to have a doctor pronounce death. If there is an EMT, a registered nurse, or someone that can pronounce death, that is, it doesn't have to be a doctor. You
Well,
can
that's
have-
pronouncing, but for a funeral home or anything
Well,
to be
he was,
to cremate.
he was an EMT, don't you?
The thing about it is, they can pronounce, anybody can pronounce a death if you know that
No.
somebody's not dead.
No. We
The
can't. I
Sherry,
can't, and you can't.
a
pronounce death.
coroner would have to sign off on it. A coroner.
Read Tennessee. You need to read Tennessee laws.
So you're
Look,
telling me
It's weird.
that if
It's
somebody
weird.
dies and an EMT or a nurse or somebody says, hey, this person's dead, then they can be
Yes.
taken straight to the crematory or
Yes.
straight to the funeral
Yes.
home or
Yes.
even buried themselves.
Yes. Please research it. Research
I-
Tennessee laws. It'll astound you, and then you'll know why things are so strange.
Hang
Seriously.
on.
He was a EMT. He was a helicopter pilot. He was a flute player. He was a member of the church for a short while. Summer didn't particularly like him. He was trying to make hand signals to her, and she was cringing up against Robin. And anyway, yes, go ahead and research it. An EMT or a nurse or any other.
Okay, listen.
Okay, I will.
Yes, in Tennessee, certain deaths must be reported to the county medical examiner, who often acts as a coroner, especially those that are suspicious, unusual, unnatural, unattended, or where the identity is unknown. Physicians, law enforcement, undertakers, and others with knowledge of such deaths are required to notify them immediately. This goes the goal is to investigate deaths that may pose a public health risk involved in foul play or aren't clearly of natural causes.
Okay.
Physicians, undertakers, law enforcement, anyone else with knowledge of a reportable death.
There you go. Your last sentence was the true sentence.
But they still have to tell the coroner.
No. No. These people didn't think they had to tell anybody. I'm just telling you what I think. And I'm probably going to get in trouble for this.
Why?
Because I'm a little bit afraid what these people are going to try to do to me. Because I'm too outspoken.
Oh, Sherry, I don't think anybody's going to do anything to you.
I don't think so either. I'll stop them in their tracks.
I mean,
Look, when you delve into things like this and you get so deep into it and you realize that an EMT can pronounce death, a nurse can pronounce death, you know, it doesn't have to be a coroner. And if this is on the lowdown, you don't have to report it at all. You know what I mean? If it's on the lowdown, you don't have to report it. You just
hold
get
on.
you get things
Listen.
done.
Listen. In Tennessee, an EMT cannot legally pronounce death. That official declaration is generally reserved for a physician or the coroner medical examiner, though EMTs can determine that death has occurred on the scene and then report it to the authorities, like the coroner,
Yeah.
for
But what if they
official
don't?
pronouncement and investigation.
Okay, what if they don't report it? Do you ever
Well,
think that this might be undisclosed? Really?
but
I mean,
this is what I want to ask you.
well,
I mean,
ask me.
I completely understand what you're saying, but for that to have happened, there would have had to have been knowledge that that possibility was there. Okay, it would have had to have been premeditated in some sort of way.
No,
Be-
this
be-
wasn't. This wasn't premeditated, in my opinion. It was an accident cover-up.
Okay, so what you're saying though, okay, there was an accident that happened, and
Yeah,
within
with one of the brothers.
okay, within a short period of time, they know who to call to take care of that situation.
Yeah, they called Robin Lane and David Dodson. That's what they did. They didn't call a coroner. They didn't call anybody. They did this on their own. Really,
So you really believe that?
it's an accident cover-up. I do.
Yeah, but why would I'm just saying, why would I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
You're wanting to know why would you think that? Well, let me tell you. There are several dynamics that were going on at one time with this whole family. Seriously.
I don't think so, Calm. I don't think so. She worked for a dentist. Believe me, I don't think she would work for a dentist if she had her license, pediatrician's license. Right? Yeah, why report her missing if that's the case? Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
To throw people off and make it seem like an abduction when it wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was an accident, why go
Look,
through all that trouble?
They couldn't afford for any doctors to check that child. They would have gone to jail. You know the whole story about Jinkies and what Candace told her. You know that. You know that. What she said.
I know. I want to see the paperwork on that.
Well, you're not going to see any paperwork because they don't remember anything. They don't know what time it is or when anything happened. They just don't know. They just don't know. This is what I'm telling you. Look, I'm at the last decades of my life, maybe the last decade. But you know what? When somebody tells me that is really drunk, I mean, drunker than hell, I mean, drunk, I couldn't understand her. And she was like, I said, well, what if it was an accident with one of your boys? And she said, Auntie Sherry, you're going to be surprised at what happened. Well, by telling me that, I knew she knew.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, if that's what she said.
That's exactly what she said.
I
And
think they
then
know. I mean, I do think they know what happened.
I said, what if it was one of your boys in an accident? She said, well, wouldn't you protect your son?
Well, I
That's
mean,
the exact conversation I had.
well, I mean, I think if this is just my opinion, I think if something happened with one of the boys, I with the state having the boys and keeping them away from the boys,
Well, go to
um, then
the first interview with Don Wells and his son. His son keeps his head down. He was the one.
well, Sherry, look at the fucking shit they were doing. They were getting drunk and look how they were talking to each other. And
I'm
you're
not-
not going to tell me that when those boys were still in that house that they weren't getting fucking blamed for what happened to Summer. Candace left the hill twice that day. Her ass
Three
probably
times. Excuse
well,
me, 3 times.
okay. So that tells me right there her ass left those boys to watch their sister like her and Don always did, in my opinion.
Yeah, she was
And-
taking.
and
She'd already left to go take her mother to the emergency room. Okay, then she left again to take Hunter home because he was on the hill. Notice how she told Chris McDonough, "You're not coming here. You're not coming to my
Yeah,
house.
that's
I'm
what he
taking-
that
I'm
yeah,
taking
she
you-
did.
I'm taking you home."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that tells me something too. So she left a second time to run Hunter's butt home. And then she left the third time because something happened and she needed help, but she didn't know what to do. There.
Well, what about the gas station that they talk about?
I don't know about the gas station. I don't know. And I don't know. Maybe that was a drug swap, you know?
I don't know.
I don't have any idea about the gas station thing.
Well,
But
this
what
is what
I
I'm gonna
do-
say.
What I do have ideas about is what I believe and what I've heard. And
Well, I mean,
that's how I base my facts. But you know what? Because she said all that to me, you know what? It's hearsay.
yeah, you're
It
right.
wouldn't be, you know, I couldn't go anywhere and say, okay, this is what I heard, this is what she told me, because it would be hearsay. Won't work. No.
I mean, I get it, Sherry. There's things that's said to me all the time. I don't repeat them because they're hearsay. You know, a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
things are
what-
just hearsay.
That's what the court thinks too. It's just hearsay.
So, I mean, unless you got them, you know,
I'm not
Got
trying to be. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just trying to tell you my opinion.
no, I completely get it.
It's a theory. I'm not saying this is concrete evidence. I'm just saying, according to the things I've researched, I can fill in the missing time.
Right. So, oh, I see what you're saying. The 4 hours.
Yes.
The 4 hours.
And David Dotson happened to work in a funeral home that had a crematorium.
Yeah, but I don't think he was working there at that time.
Yes, he was. He left there, and he left that church. Yes, he left there. He left there, or maybe he was asked to leave. But anyway, he left the church too, and went and married a little pretty thing. You know, she's very petite. And I have a question for you, Remain Calm.
What, darling?
Why did they think they needed to have a, excuse me, meteor manager?
I don't know.
Who would do
Because,
that?
well, this
Who
is
would do
the
that?
this is the thing too, Sherry. They would not associate with a what I call real victims advocate from law enforcement. They
No,
wouldn't. They would not.
they didn't
Now,
do anything that CPS said to do if they wanted the boys back. They didn't go to the parenting classes. They didn't do crap. They didn't
nope.
do any of the things they were supposed to do. Fix up the house, whatever. I'm just telling you.
Well, because everybody else was doing it for them.
Yeah.
Everybody else, and let me say this:
Not
uh,
I've
a,
never supported them.
a lot of people who did support them spent their own money, their own time, even from other states that went there and did the things to try to get them their boys back. A lot of them were disrespected by Candace, especially,
Oh yeah.
and they left there and never went back.
She pulled a gun on CPS. Did you know that?
Well, that was her first marriage and stuff, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
No, that wasn't when she lived at 110. That was, I thought, when
I do think so.
I thought that was her first marriage.
I do think so. It was at 110.
Well, if that was the case, I would think that she'd be in jail,
Well, no.
or she would have went to jail.
No, these people around that area are very lax about things.
Or are you talking about now? Allie said she told her that she would get her with one, but
Yeah, several people. But they're not afraid. They don't care. They simply don't care. That's all
well,
there
I
is to it.
mean, that's the obvious thing about it. And, there's a lot of people who support them. And, I really don't care who supports them who doesn't support them. But, it's just,
The people that supported them were trying to get information. That's the only reason.
a lot of them, yeah.
I could name you several.
Oh, I could
They,
too.
they wanted to be friends with Don and Candace so they could, get information.
That's exactly right.
I know. I've seen it.
But
I've
I
been
think
following this.
the thing about it is, I think a lot of them that did that never got anything said to them worth anything, and they were just taken for a ride,
Yeah, you know what? You don't go. I tried to deter people from doing this. Friends of mine that wanted to do that, they wanted to be friends with Candace to get information. And I'm like,
Nope.
please don't. Please don't do this. I'm asking you,
Nope.
please, to stay out of this. It did not help. They did it anyway.
Well, yeah,
They
I
wanted
mean,
to be her friend to get information.
yep. Well, what information that they got, in my opinion, was all about Dawn and all about Candace. Their shenanigans, they're beating each other up and running to different states and doing
Oh,
this
hell
and doing
yes.
that.
I
And
called the police one night to go check on them because they were fighting. Like, unbelievably fighting. And everybody got mad at me because I called the police to go up there and break the fights up.
right.
You could hear them screaming and smacking each other and everything else, but I was on the phone.
That wasn't
Well,
nothing new. They'd been doing that from the beginning, Sherry.
Well, I know that, honey, but I don't have her number anymore. I lost her number because I wanted to.
Well, I was going to say it's probably in your better interest that you did.
Of course it is. If they want to come after me, come ahead. Because I'll tell you one thing: you try to get my house, there's no way you get it here without me knowing it.
I don't think anybody's going to bother you, Sherry.
I don't think so either.
I really don't.
I'm prepared in just in case.
Well, you know how it is.
A lot of people involved with this case have passed away. They're deceased.
Right. That is true.
I wrote 21 people down.
21.
Yeah. And everything goes back to one person.
Which is who?
Well, I did a whiteboard thing, like a hub and a wagon wheel. And I just had all the people around that had died.
Right.
And every one of those persons that died had only one connection. They didn't have it with Don, they had it with Candace.
Right.
And so I think Candace she's trying to fool people. She was a carny, and she was in a carnival, she was a clown. But Candace it's time to start being a clown, honey. It ain't, somebody needs to squeal so you get the deal.
Well, I think so too. I think that, and this is all just my opinion, but I think that, I think she is a lot younger mentally than her age. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah, she likes
Um,
to play Legos and stuff like that.
so,
Yeah,
well, there's a lot of adults who
Kathy
like
the
to do
friend told
Legos.
us that she was at the age of a child.
Well,
Kathy the friend told us that when she took her to a rehab place. The first thing Candace wanted to do was sit on the floor and play with the Legos.
well, the thing about it is, um, I think she would have had a lot more people behind her if she would have stayed in that rehab. Um, I was talking to Flies the other
She
day,
didn't
and
last long. I don't even think she lasted the whole day. I don't think she did. I listened to Kathy the friend very carefully.
I just watched her. I've got her
I
on my
listened.
watch later list. I was going to play something that she
Well,
had said on there.
that wearing the mask all the time, I was just kind of questioning that. If you're in your own home and there's no smoke or any particles or anything, and you have a dehumidifier or a humidifier, whatever you need, why are you wearing a mask? You don't want to see
Well,
people.
to each their own. There's Sherry. I mean, maybe she didn't want people to know what she looked like.
That's exactly right. That's what that was. That's what that was.
I don't blame her though.
Well, I don't blame her either. She wasn't.
Well, yeah, but she let people see what her kid looked like, though, didn't she?
Yeah, I didn't like that. I was like, okay, you don't need to be doing this. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
But she did let her daughter come stand by her stuff. I don't know if it was her daughter or granddaughter. But anyway, she would come on when Candace was on the phone with somebody and tell her to get off. Get off. Hang up the phone. I think she was talking to Ernie. And she said, get off the phone. And she was pretty much controlling Candace. Tried to help her, actually. But I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I've never met Candace in my entire life. I've never met Don. I've never given them a penny. I've never given them any food. I've never given them anything because my mind is still wide open.
You didn't meet Candace at all?
No, I did not.
Oh, I thought when you guys were all there, I thought you might have met her.
No, I have never met either one of them.
Right.
Trust me. I never supported them. I never sent them any money. Never sent them any food. Never did anything.
Right.
That's because in the very beginning, in my heart and in my gut, I felt something was really off.
Right.
And
well, I mean, that was kind of obvious that there was a lot off.
Yeah, really bad. I don't blame those boys for not wanting to go back.
Right.
We don't know what they were subjected to.
Right.
Seriously, if you think Summer was the only one essayed, you might want to think again about that.
Right.
No wonder they didn't want to come home. Would you? No. No, you wouldn't. Do you know how hard that is on a child's body to be done that way?
Right.
You know that can kill them?
I don't think she's doing a live about me. Why would she do a live about me?
Who?
Appy is saying that, did you know Crystal is currently doing a live about us, or so I've been told.
Who's Crystal?
Crystal's Crime and Music, I think she's called now.
Who cares?
Um,
Who cares? I'm telling you the truth. Everything I have said to you is the truth as I know it. I did
well,
my research.
I don't know why Crystal would do that. I mean,
Well, that's
um,
silly. Why don't you find out some stuff on your own, Crystal? Go for it. Do your
I
research. Look
she's
up
talking.
Tennessee laws. Look up everything.
Well, me and Crystal don't talk about each other, so I don't know. But so be it.
I'm not
I don't.
talking about her either. I'm just saying do your research, Crystal. That's all I'm saying. Do your research.
Um.
I found out a hell of a lot.
Well, I mean,
Hell of a lot.
Crystal's Crystal. She talks about Oh, not me. Okay. Well, I didn't think so, Appy, because I don't talk about Crystal. She usually doesn't talk about me either.
I don't even know what Crystal is. I won't condemn somebody I don't know. That is who I am. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you don't like it, you can go on your way. Tell me to go to hell or whatever you want to. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I've been hurt. My feelings have been hurt on many channels.
No, I see what you were saying, Sherry, because, we talked about that a long time ago, too. David
Yes, we
Dotson
did.
being associated with the crematory and all that stuff.
Yes, we did talk about it. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, we were looking at, honestly, Sherry, people who have been around this case from the beginning,
I have.
what have we not thought of? I mean, honestly, what is it that we're missing? What have we not thought of?
Everything. I've thought of everything. Why that chimney is spackled up to about
Well, what do you think about the Van Hill search?
the
What?
Van Hill?
Yeah.
I don't think that will produce anything. I think if you want to, they want to check on anything, they need to check those urn crosses. And that's what they were. They had stoppers on each four sides of a cross. And people can buy those on Amazon, but also funeral homes will give those to people
Right.
if they have a cremation, and they will save the ashes for them. I'm just telling you what I know. I told you I did all the laws of Tennessee. Really, I'm not kidding.
Oh, is she, Crystal, going after you guys?
Well,
Just
don't come after me because I'm
don't
just
pay
telling.
super sensible. Just don't pay attention to her right now.
Well, I'm not paying
I mean,
attention
for
to
real,
anybody.
if you've got the flu and stuff, no, I think Crystal's kind of saying something about super sensible in them today.
Well, that's
Yeah,
okay.
I just
That's
wouldn't
okay.
just don't pay it no mind.
I hope you
You
feel
know,
better, Crystal. I really do.
I don't think, I don't think that, I don't think the necklace crosses and stuff meant anything. I don't think they had Summer's ashes in it. I really don't. I mean,
Okay.
how blatant would that be to report your daughter missing and then turn around and be walking around with 5 people with her ashes
Well,
around
then
their
tell
neck?
me why they were.
It was necklaces that somebody had got for
No,
them, I thought.
took a screenshot. I took a screenshot of that necklace. And
Okay, well, somebody else mentioned that they thought it could have been Candace's dad.
Well, it could be. I don't know.
So,
I'm just telling you what I think.
well, did you ever ask her? I mean, if you had talked to her on the phone
I
before.
didn't ask her because I let her phone number go. I didn't want to talk to her anymore after
Right.
she was drunk and talked to me about
Right.
things that really that was really strange.
Right.
And she was super duper drunk. and but I wasn't, and I can't disclose those things. I don't want to look. I just know what I've researched, okay, and
Right.
what I've heard, and that's all I know.
Right.
I'm not trying to fool anybody, tell anybody to believe anything. I'm just telling you what I know. That's
Hey,
all.
there's nothing wrong with that, Sherry. We appreciate your input.
Hey, Mom.
Hang on one second, guys.
Well, you're a sweetheart, and I'm going to get down now, okay? Thank you, remain calm. Thank you, honey.
Thank you, Sherry. Sorry, I was talking to Chad for a minute. She was telling me forgot. Or something she heard and misunderstood about a crime 30 years ago that AC told Squaw about. Instead of pestering them, she attacks Appy and I over and over. We don't even know the crime. Bless your heart. Bless your guys' pea-picking hearts. Then why doesn't she get a hold of AC? Why don't Crystal just get a hold of AC and ask her? I mean, for sure. It's like, go ask her, Crystal. Dang, girl. You know, I like some of the stuff Crystal puts out, but once she gets on somebody, Lord help us, right? Lord help us, Jesus. Okay. So, okay, how long I've been on here? 3 hours. I've been on here 3 hours. Okay, so we've kind of went over video 1 and 3. Tomorrow we will go with Candace, him meeting Candace. Then we're going to go with him meeting Dawn. Because Candace's is a longer one. So we might do that tomorrow. We might do it tomorrow. I'll tell you guys what. You guys want to see Dawn, you want to see Dawn, here's Tim right here. Check out Nana's Angels too, you guys. I'm going to put this link in. This is Nana's Angels channel. And she has all her correspondence that she had with Tim Mullins. So we will figure out what is up with Tim Mullins. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I never look at my clips anymore. I really don't. And please, everybody, try to take vitamin C and whatever. Too many people got sick or getting sick. They said there's like 7 bugs going around. There's like 6 or 7 different bugs going around. And now I'm afraid to go get my flu shot. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. People say the craziest shit. I mean, I don't know why people lie on other people. It's like, I know where this person lived. I know who this person's related to. This person, da 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 da. It's like, stop. You just don't want people freaking talking about you. You guys know how people are. They will talk about anybody to keep people from talking about them. I can't find it. Oh, damn it. I was kind of excited to watch it. Go through these clips and get rid of most of them. For sure. For sure, for sure. All right. I don't know where it's at. I apologize, you guys. One day I might find it. It's really weird though. He's definitely a preaching. Oh, I found it. I found it. All right, check this out, you guys. This is Dee Dee's channel. This is on Dee Dee's. What our church teaches.
I guess it's all right. I'll say a prayer and I'll close and get off here. But anyways.
I've never heard a prayer like this.
Anyways, I'll pray. I guess it's all right. I'll say a prayer and I'll close and get off here. But anyways. So anyways, I'll pray. I guess it's all right. I'll say a prayer and I'll close and get off here.
There we go. He starts out with his shirt on, you guys. He was mad. He left my chat and went over and started doing this.
I was going to start. Just a minute.
Damn it, why isn't it working? Look at that table.
Anyways, I was going to start. Just a minute.
It keeps going back for some reason. Why does it keep skipping around on me like that?
Anyways, I was going to start.
Okay. I'll show it to you guys another time. I will show it to you another time. For sure, for sure. All right. Anyway, my brain's getting tired. Yes, he's without a shirt on. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on. I don't know why it keeps glitching on me for some reason.
Just a minute.
And I don't know why.
Hear me okay?
America in Bible prophecy.
So, first page. I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and spoke like a, hear me okay? Including President James Madison had fled the city earlier that day. Thus, British soldiers rampaged.
It's a history lesson.
The seat of government, powerful nations and empires that once ruled vast territories. Does it have anything to say about the United States of America? After all, it is the most influential nation on earth today. When Christians were being persecuted by pagan countries, would make war with and persecute God's people.
He's just reading a book.
Its own literature. Okay, this is right here that I'm fixing to read comes straight from the Catholic Church. Okay.
Revelations, the book
guiding
of
the beast.
Revelations.
Let's now look at Revelation 13, 5 and 6 to find more parallels. And he, the sea beast, was given a mouth.
Anyhow, as you
Description of
go
the sea
down through
beast.
here, Don
The Bible
gets
tells us
more
that
and
God,
more messed up.
I know all you people, can remember, the 70s and so forth. When
And by the
this
time he
country
gets
was
to the
a
end
real
of it,
great and strong country.
he's got his shirt
full of
off.
stuff. We may not.
He's not looking very comfortable.
Anyways, I'll pray. And dear Lord God, we thank you for these truths. We thank you for the understanding of how Revelation and was. So.
Okay, I'm over you, Don. I'm already over you. All right, my friends, we will pick it up tomorrow. We are just now starting to get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty. For sure. Just interesting verbiage on some things. You're very welcome, Super Sensible. That's what you were looking for, right? And we'll finish watching them and, kind of get to the highlights of them. I know a lot of people, they're hard to watch only because, he gives that history lesson on everything. And so you're basically getting 5 minutes of information out of an hour-long video, right? So what I'll do for tomorrow is I'll go in and timestamp, the parts that we need for sure, right? Yeah, we've still got just a couple I showed today. There's still 6 more, Super Sensible. So, yeah, Ellen White. All right, I adore you guys. I'm going to get off here. Be you, do you. Have a great night. If you've got a specific question or a comment about Tim Mullins, please leave it for me. And, if it's something that we're looking for, I'll try to keep my eye out on it and make sure that I have it for you or whatever. I mean, if I'm going to go through all this stuff about this guy, I've just got too many questions. I got too many questions. I do. All right. Peace out, you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I do. Now, and I'm praying for you guys. I really am. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Thank you very much.